Okay, so the amount of times I say and so in this video is crazy and very annoying, so I apologize in advance. Hey guys, my name is Gloria Santiago. You probably do not know me because I haven't posted a YouTube video in about, I think, 5 years. The last time I posted a YouTube video, I was 12, I had like 5 subscribers, and I was extremely boring and awkward. Like, I think one video, it was like 5 seconds, and I was just saying, I'm eating a sandwich, and then taking a bite of a sandwich. Like, what kind of content is that? I am very sorry about that. If you are one of those 5 subscribers, my, I guess, OG subscribers, but yeah, so, oh my god, I was an awkward child. I'm still an awkward person, but I mean, like, more awkward, more lame, just kind of like, what am I doing with my life? Like, kind of that thing. I still don't know what I'm doing. What am I talking about? Nothing has changed. I didn't set this up. Like, I didn't write anything down. In fact, this is very spontaneous. I'm just kind of filming this video randomly. I wasn't planning on it, but it's happening. So in this video, I'm going to be basically saying like a story time, or about like one of the worst, I guess, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, kind of like so much time wasted, and like, I don't know, my tragic middle school life, but specifically revolving around this one boy. Yes, of course, it's a boy issue. I was in middle school and I was kind of boy obsessed, so of course, problems with boys, you know? So this boy I'm going to call, I don't even remember his actual name. What was his name? I actually don't remember his actual name. You know, I'll just come up with a name. All I know is that it started, like, it actually, for real, started with an A, but we're not gonna, I guess we're just gonna go with a different name. Like, I don't know, starts with a B, Brandon, I don't know. Wait, I have a friend named Brandon, but it's not you, Brandon. If you are watching this, it's not you. So in middle school, I was having dreams, like, for, I don't know, a week straight, that someone was going to come to my school and was going to be like this new person. They were going to be a fairly significant part of my life. And like, you don't have to believe in, like, I guess, prophetic dreams almost. But like, I felt like that was kind of like what it was, because it actually did happen. This boy, Brandon, came into my life, and he basically turned my world upside down. In like my middle school world. Definitely like nothing long term. I believe this was 8th grade. He was in my life 8th grade to 9th grade. So the middle of 8th grade to the middle of 9th grade. So we knew each other about a year, but he's still, like, a lot of stuff happened in that year. I cannot say words right, so sorry if, like, in this video I'm just like can't say words right, because I don't have anything written down, and I didn't have a paper so that I could write something down, because I'm at a cabin in Big Bear, and I didn't bring a notepad. So this boy Brandon, he came to my school, and my friend, should I say her actual name? I don't think she'll mind. I'll just change her name. This girl, my friend for quite a few years, I'll just name her Megan. So Megan, she met Brandon, and then that day that she met Brandon, I think it was that day, because she met him in class, because he had transferred in like the middle of 8th grade year. She brought him to my group. So, like, you know how every school they have like their little cliques, and my group was kind of like the weirdos. I've always been more of like that weirdo group. And basically, yeah, so he came to the group, he fit right in, everyone really liked him, and like I liked him, like he was a cool dude. So we would like talk once in a while. We weren't really like really talking like a lot, but then like we started bonding over some stuff. I think it was like our dark humor. We kind of have like slightly dark humor, actually really dark humor at times, but yeah, so we really bonded over that. And then like slowly it kind of got weird, because like we would make jokes and then he would laugh at my jokes and everything, but then like he would start carrying me. So like he would like, at first it was just kind of like he wanted to see how strong he was, so he was like lifting up certain girls in the group, But, like, he would pick them up by their legs, like, towards, like, the thigh, I guess, and, like, lift them up. But then with me, when he picked me up, I'm a fairly tall person. I guess, I mean, maybe looking back on it now, I think it might have been with a purpose, but, he put his hands, like, under my butt because I guess he underestimated, like, I overestimated my height or something. Like, he thought my butt would be higher, and then he ended up actually, like, getting my butt, like, holding my butt, basically. And he picked me up, and I was like, oh, that's fun, like, whatever. I didn't think much of it because I didn't read into it. I just thought it was, like, an accident, you know? And then, like, slowly, like, as time progressed, he would start, like, picking me up more, and, like, basically that same way, or sometimes, like, bridal style, or, like, piggyback rides. But yeah, like, he would, like, ask to pick me up, and sometimes, like, I would, like, enjoy it, but then other times I'd be like, this is a little weird, because he would, like, touch my butt fairly often, I guess. And when he picked me up from the front, his hands, like, you know, like when you're holding someone like that, and then, like, my butt was basically resting on his arms. But then, like, he started, like, raising me up higher, so his hands were still underneath my butt, but my boobs were in his face. So, like, he lifted me up to the point where, like, my boobs were basically touching his face. And then that's when I was, like, a little uncomfortable, because I'm like, my boobs are, like, in the person's face, and he's touching my butt too, so I'm, like, thinking maybe this might not be an accident. Anyway, during that middle school year, all of a sudden he met this girl named, let's call her Lisa? I don't know. So Lisa, she was definitely boy crazy. She, like, always had, like, a new guy that she had a crush on, like, every single week, and, like, she was always dating, like, this new guy. Basically, she started developing this thing for Brandon, and slowly Brandon stopped hanging out with us a little more, because he was always hanging out with Lisa, and, like, my entire group, they were mad because we were all, like, good friends with Brandon, but, like, we couldn't really say anything. Eventually I spoke to Brandon, and I'm like, hey, like, you don't really hang out with the group anymore, like, what's going on? Oh, I forgot to mention, like, it was during this time where I kind of realized, like, I kind of liked him in a way. Not, like, I still was uncomfortable a little, but, like, I also still liked him. Yeah, I don't know. So it, like, really bugged me that Lisa was constantly trying to get his attention and constantly trying to basically he fell asleep and I just hit my leg, and basically trying to, like, take him from our group, because like anytime he would come to our group, then, like, her friends would pick a fight with our group, like, that kind of thing. Basically, she was trying to take him away from us, and all of my friends were just not having it, and, like, she was very problematic, basically. Like, we're cool now, but, like, she, as a middle schooler, she was not the best person to be hanging around. So basically, I talked to Brandon, and he admitted, like, I know I haven't been hanging out with you guys for a while, like, I'll try and hang out with you guys more. And when he started trying to hang out with us more, then all of a sudden, sorry, hiccups, Lisa would have a problem with it. It's like, what do you have a problem for? Like, he was our friend first of all, and, like, he can hang out with other people if he wants to. Like, he doesn't always have to hang out with you. But she felt like she, like, owned him almost. So basically, anytime he would come to us, then, like, she would grab his arm and then start pulling him away, and then he would just kind of look at us like, I don't know, man, like, what do you want me to do? And then I slowly just started getting, like, over it. I was mad for a while, but then I was like, you know what, he's not even worth it. Like, he can choose, like, whoever he wants to be with, and if he wants to hang out with that group, then let him hang out with that group. If it makes him happy, then it makes him happy, and, like, I'll move on, like, you know, even though I had, like, a little crush on him. So eventually, like, he realized how crazy this girl was, and also that girl, eventually she moved on from him, blah blah. In fact, move on from him so much that now if we show him a picture of, like, the many selfies that they took with each other, she won't even remember who he is. Like, that's how fast she got over dudes, and, like, how hard she got over them. Anyway, yeah, So he eventually came back to the group and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry, like she's crazy. Yeah. So he came back to the group and he started doing like his old habits again, like lifting me up and lifting up the other girls in the group, and like me specifically was like, he could not keep his hands off of like certain areas, you know, like my butt, my boobs, like stuff like that. And I was not like I did not like confrontation, basically. So like I would never tell him anything because it's like I hated talking about that kind of stuff, especially since at that time, if I were to be like, oh, like you just like hit my boob or like you hit my butt, I would feel very uncomfortable because at that time I didn't realize like I actually did have curves. Like at that age I had already developed like pretty decent curves. In fact, I was fairly curvy, but I never thought I was. So I was like
I can't even say that he's like touching my butt or he's touching my boobs because I don't have anything.
But I did. So yeah, he fell into his old habits. Anyway, eventually he started, eventually we started high school. Well, not actually high school yet. It was the summer going into high school, and I decided I was going to take summer school because I wanted to get ahead in math. So I was going to take a math 1 class, but because we didn't like pre-register for a class, they ran out of room in math, so I ended up taking like an art class. So this guy, he apparently was taking a math 1 class, and I didn't know for like the first half of summer school. So I would just hang out with my friends, and like by that time I actually made friends with like a lot of seniors, not so much like freshmen or sophomores or juniors. Like I only made friends with like 3 freshmen and then like all seniors. I would hang out with them at lunch, and the next thing you know, I was in like the lunch line because they had us there for like a couple hours. So like of course they would like provide lunch, you know. I was in the lunch line, and next thing you know, I see Brandon, and I was like, oh hey, like what's up, like what are you taking? And he was like, I'm taking math 1. Like, what about you? Oh, art. And then I hung out with him at lunch, and like I told my friends like, oh hey, like my friend's here. I haven't spoke to him like all summer because at that time he didn't have a phone. Like he didn't have a phone. Like in fact, I can't even contact him now because like he never had a phone the entire time I knew him. So I was like, oh, I haven't spoken to him like all summer so far. So like I just kind of want to sit with him, and they were like completely cool with that. But they sat like sort of near us, and like he would kind of like make certain advances towards me, and I would kind of like be like, oh ha ha ha, like kind of playing it off. But my friends noticed. Oh, they noticed, and then they like in class they'd be like, oh, how are you and your boyfriend doing, and like kind of making fun of me in that way. Yeah, so they like make fun of me in that way because like it was very obvious that like he kind of had a thing for me. And in fact, at one point, they like my friends went up to my table and they're like, oh, how's the couple doing? Because he had put his arm around me. And again, I hated confrontation, so I never said anything when he put his arm around me. Sorry, these straps are like falling and I hate it. And like he took his arm off because like I guess he was a little embarrassed or something, but they like called him out on it. But yeah, so like stuff like that. Oh, speaking of which, this is gonna play into the story. In fact, this is like where it kind of heads to. This guy, we would walk home together basically. Like we would walk home for like quite a bit, and then like we would split at like where he was turning so that he could walk to his house, and I would like keep going straight, walking to my house. So that little corner. And we would always like give each other like a hug goodbye. But okay, so I think it was the last day of summer school, and we were walking home, and then it was finally time to like say goodbye, and I went in for that hug that we usually go for, and I was not expecting this, but this kid, he I guess he got like mixed messages or something, and he tried to kiss me. But here's the thing, this kid, I guess he didn't know how to kiss, and in fact like he constantly told me about how like he always got the girls, and like how he knew how to kiss, and like he's done so many different things, and I really wasn't into him because of that. Like he was saying how he like experimented a lot, and I was not into that, you know. So then that's like during summer school, that's when like I started like seeing that he was a very I guess sexual. How old was I'm 17 now, and I'm a senior. And then I was 16, and I'm 15, 14. He was a very sexual, I guess I was 13 at the time. So he was a very sexual 13 or 14-year-old. And, yeah, I was not into that. So he constantly said, like, he had so much experience, and I kind of didn't believe him because, like, again, like, what kind of, like, there are some people, there are some, like, 13, 14-year-olds who are doing that kind of stuff, but, like, he did not act like it. Like, he talked a lot about that kind of stuff, but, like, I couldn't see it. I really couldn't, but, like, it could have been true. But based off of what he did when he tried to kiss me, no. Because, when he kissed me, and, like, I don't count this as a first kiss at all. I still haven't had my first kiss. But, like, I know that this is not the way to do it. He went in with his, like, mouth open. Like, as if he was trying to French kiss me. But it's not like he was just trying to French kiss me. Like, he was trying to eat my face. Like, his mouth went, like, around my mouth. Didn't even touch my lips. Just, like, he went in. And I pushed him back, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck? And I was like, okay. What was that? And then, I still was, like, giving him the benefit of the doubt, I guess. Like, maybe he was nervous or something. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna say bye to him. And I go in for another hug because I'm an idiot. Or I was an idiot. I've learned now. But, like, then he went in for another kiss. And it's like, why? Like, the first one didn't work out. What makes you think I would, like, I didn't kiss you in the first one. Like, what makes you think that, like, the second one's gonna work out and, like, you're just gonna land a kiss on me and I'm gonna, like, kiss you back or something? Especially when it was that bad. Like, I'm not gonna kiss you if it was that bad. Anyway, he goes in for a second kiss, and then it's again same technique, like opening his mouth, trying to eat my face, basically. And I again reject him, and then I just decide I'm gonna walk away, and I'm just like, okay, I'm sorry, but I just no. I just go like, bye, see ya, like, I'll see you. It was actually the last day, and I'm like, I'll see you when school starts again. And then he just kind of like seemed embarrassed, and he walked, like the light had already turned for him to start walking, so he walked. I walked away as well, and let me tell you, I'm not over exaggerating. I was wiping saliva off my face, like when a dog licks your face, like that much drool, like that much slobber. That's how much was on my face. Like, he literally, it's like he tried to eat my face. Like, it's disgusting. And then that's where I started developing a really dislike for, like, saliva. So, like, I could not, for a long time, share straws with anyone. Like, I just hated, I couldn't even share a straw with my mom. Like, eventually, I, got back into, like, got used to that. But, like, the only person I can share a straw with is, like, my mom. Like, if it's anyone else, even with my mom, like, I will have to, like, grab my shirt or something and then wipe the straw off, because I hate, like, the feel of saliva, I guess. And, like, when someone drinks from a straw and, like, there's leftover saliva on the straw and, like, I put my mouth on that, like, I just want to gag. Like, I hate it. Anyway, that's basically the story time, because, like, after that, when school started again, like, he said hi and everything, and, like, we would still, like, have casual conversations, but after that, I guess, like, he was embarrassed, and he never really actually spoke to me again. Like, we never had, like, a full conversation. So, yeah. So that is the story time. Fairly short. In fact, this is just 24 minutes of footage, and it's mainly me, like, rambling, so I'm gonna definitely edit that down. So I hope you enjoyed the video. please subscribe, hit the bell so that you can be notified whenever I post a video, which is probably not often because I don't have that much time. But still, I would appreciate it if you do it anyway. And yeah, so like, subscribe, press the bell notification. That's it for me. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.